Ladies and gentlemen, we are live from the Covenant Pro Wrestling Coliseum here in Phoenix, Arizona for another episode of Covenant Pro Wrestling Uproar. My name is James Randall, and welcome to my home. Welcome to my station here. This is the most electrifying wrestling company on the planet, and it's going to be a monumental night for all of us here in CPW because we got new blood coming in. We got Adam Styles, the former Heritage Champion. We got Jay Turner, the last reigning Duos Champion, alongside his tag team partner, Justice Payne. Things are changing. Things are shaking up. Origins is no longer in a brand, is unified as one here in Phoenix. And now, without further ado, I would like for you all to enjoy this next matchup with me. Adam Styles, Jay Turner, one-on-one in singles contest. Man, it doesn't get any better than this. And ladies and gentlemen, the man of the hour, brute force in full effect, the man of the hour, Jay Turner in the red, in the black. Justice Payne in the white and black, his partner in crime, tag team partner, both making their way to a ring, gracing an Uproar ring for the very first time. They're a little ticked off that they lost their duos belts, unceremoniously, that it was merged into Uproar and those belts are no longer, they're inactive. They're a little ticked off, got a chip on their shoulder, but opportunity is bountiful here in CPW Uproar, and this is just the beginning. It's going to be interesting to see Jay Turner in one-on-one action without Justice Payne in the ring with him. But I dare say that this is going to be a miraculous showing for both men. Case in point, we have none other than the world-renowned combined 16-time champion in the realm of wrestling, Adam Styles, the miraculous one, baby. Everybody and their mother has an elevator now, but Adam Styles is here to elevate his stock. Here to show that he was meant to be here on the Uproar brand all along. Here to say that he is here to stay, and it all begins tonight on this new path, this new journey, and I can't wait to see it. Adam Styles, the purveyor of the phenomenal forearm, the master of the miracle buster, the miraculous buster, making his way to the ring, showing his athleticism. And that is going to be a showcase here tonight. We know what we're gonna see, a guy that's moving around like he should not be able to do, but Jay Turner's got some tricks up his sleeve as well. And Adam's gonna have to watch his back for sure. Jay Turner out the gate, Irish whip into the corner. Very nice low drop kick to start us off, dictating the pace here in the outset of this matchup. Now working the leg. And ladies and gentlemen, don't mind me here tonight. I'm going to take it a little bit chill. I'm going to be a little bit more relaxed here tonight because I'm just having a good time. I'm glad that we're back on the PHX network, because no place that I would rather be than right here. Adam Styles taking it to Jay Turner. Irish whip. But neither man able to pick a move off there. Neither man able to do what they wanted, but Adam Styles quickly thinking on his feet. A flurry, a barrage of punches, monkey flipping in the corner, and a crossbody, beautiful. The leg is hooked. Seymour in perfect position, counts two. And now bringing him over to the ropes, but no, Adam Styles elbowing him in the gut. That'll knock the wind out of you. That'll make it a lot more difficult to breathe. And now powerbomb position. Jay Turner senses the desperation, senses the situation. Counter after counter, back and forth, low drop kick sends Styles to the barricade. And now looking to make an impression. Jay Turner, talk about an impression. Literally an Adam Styles impression on the barely padded concrete. A nice little kick there. Shining Wizard to follow it up. And now Turner looking to turn the tables. Have everything in his favor right now as he works on the arm. And speak of the devil, the Time Turner, the Tide Turner rather. 2. I am fully aware that the Time Turner is Harry Potter style shit, but right now the tides are turning here in CPW. Flipping him over. Sending him down to the canvas, that lower back, that lumbar region. Not feeling great right now. Submission. Referee Seymour sees so much he didn't even have to look around to know there was a rope break. And now, the strength. Wow, look at the strength of Jay Turner. Elbow drop, no, misses it. Looked like a shining wizard of his own, Adam Styles, saying anything that you could do, I can do better. Head scissors takedown there. And Adam Styles got a lot to prove as he hits a sunset flip bomb. Recently lost his Heritage Championship. Wait a minute. Turnabout is indeed fair play in the Covenant Pro Wrestling Coliseum here tonight. Now these two men are in a wasteland here. The outside. Wait. On the bare concrete, no padding at all. Driving the knees. That backstabber tilt-a-whirl maneuver. Impeccable. You could even say miraculous. And now it seems Adam Styles is just picking Jay Turner apart on the outside. A Turner double leg takedown, double foot stomp to follow it up. And they do have until the count of 20, but Jay Turner thinking better of it, trying to get back into the safe haven in the middle of the ring. Elbows to the gut now by Jay Turner. And a low drop kick going back to the well successfully here tonight. And now, wait a minute. The tides are turning. And could that be the difference maker? 1, 2, but only a 2. A little bit early on my count. Referee Leonard Seymour perfect in his. Five-piece combo there on the outside from Turner, but wait a minute, double it up, count to 10, baby. The mathematicians in the crowd are having a field day tonight. Wait a minute, almost spilling my water bottle here. Sling blade. And a low drop kick yet again. Those drop kicks brutally effective here tonight for Jay Turner. You know, employing them with ease on a former Heritage champion. Definitely standing out from the crowd here. And sending a pretty hefty guy back into the ring. Jay Turner showing some strength just to be able to maneuver this guy all throughout the arena. Going for something here, unable to do it. You saw the wherewithal of Adam Styles grabbing onto those ropes, stopping that momentum. Head scissors now. And taking down the former Duos champion with a huge lariat now. Gamagiri counter from the floor. And another shining wizard. And ladies and gentlemen, we see on the tights of Jay Turner that darkness falls. Is Adam Styles about to fall victim to the tide turner here? 2, but only a 2. An elbow drop right on the money, right on the mark. The double foot stomps yet again. Now just floating over, flipping him over, yet again colliding with the canvas. And this is what Adam's got to do. Both men are exhausted. Both men are feeling the effects of everything that's going on right now. But wait a minute. The Stun Dog. The Stun Dog Millionaire. The pinfall. 2. But Jay Turner not willing to relent just yet. Heading out to the outside in desperation. Cameraman doing his damnedest here. And a huge knee. I can't tell if that was just a knee strike or a Meteora. Either way, damn good keeping the pace here. Adam Styles keeping the pressure on. Not so worried about the count here. Goes for a moonsault. Standing moonsault ineffective with the low drop kick. You know, I think Jay Turner's got, you know, his mindset right. He's got something going on that we haven't seen yet. He's taken out the vertical base of the, I would say, top heavy Adam Styles, and it's working. The double foot stomps yet again. Gonna need some new tread on those boots after this one is over. But wait a minute. Irish whip. Went for a back body drop there, but Styles, head scissors, kip up, drop kick. Beautiful. And now the standing Spanish fly. What's he gonna do here? He's picking his spot. Trying to make a moment here. And the miraculous buster right in the middle of the ring, and that is gonna do it. Call it. I was gonna say call it, folks. But I guess not. Jay Turner still got more in the tank, but maybe that won't be for long. The phenomenal forearm. And he's not quite done yet, ladies and gentlemen. He's rich in fame. Is he rich in wins here tonight on his debut match on Uproar? 2, but only 2. Unbelievable. Double foot stomp down from Adam Styles, attempted, unable to hit it. And now just a flurry of offense here in the corner. And we have blood. But only a 2 count, ladies and gentlemen. This is unbelievable. Jay Turner looking to seal the deal. Looking to turn the page rather than just the tide. But counter here. Springboard, kick, and we have blood on the other side now. Jay Turner is busted open. Matching fairly well with his attire here. But wait, the Stun Dog. The Stun Dog. And that has got to be it, ladies and gentlemen. 2, 3, and Adam Styles is victorious here tonight in miraculous style on his first ever Uproar match. Ladies and gentlemen, give it up for Adam Styles. And ladies and gentlemen, I am being told that we're going to be sent to some footage that occurred just an episode ago on Uproar that was not aired. Kenny Mitch was attacked in the backstage area by none other than Jacob Nitro, and I'm being told that both men tonight are banned from the arena. But we're going to take you to that footage. Congratulations, Adam Styles. We're going to take you to that footage to explain why exactly Kenny Mitch versus Jacob Nitro is not occurring tonight.
You want to know why, don't you? You want to know my reasons behind my attack on Nitro. You want to know why I kicked his face in. And I'll tell you, my time in this company has been filled with nothing but rejection and disappointment. I came into CPW to start afresh, to put food on the table for my wife and kids. And while I may have done that, I failed to do anything of worth. I started off with loss, after loss to the Jarl of Wrestling, William Black, who weirdly cares about the color of his piss quite a lot. And then out of nowhere, I'm chucked in the middle of a bunch of assholes, forming some sort of bitch posse with that dumbass Johnny as a ringleader. And they were so out of their depth, they had to make sure I was at my worst to fight Johnny. They couldn't possibly let us have a fair fight. I know what you're all thinking. Oh, Kenny, but you won the TV title. Yes, I did. And I went down in the history books as the worst TV champion of all time. Again, down to the mind games and stupid tricks from the American assholes. I've been set up throughout my time here. I mean, everyone backstage always against me, and especially management, giving me no chances, making me enter at number 7 in the Battle Royal. I had nothing left to give until I was booked to team up with Nitro. I was against it from the start. I've always had this thing about Nitro. He just really grinds my gears. But the thing that really ticked me off when I tried to make it work, it was Nitro thinking he's better than me. He believed I was nothing without his help screaming at me during the match. So I did what I had to. I sent that son of a bitch a message.
And ladies and gentlemen, here we see it in the middle of a promo for his Kenny's Corner YouTube channel. Jacob Nitro assaulting Kenny Mitch. And we see there that this is why, ladies and gentlemen, that unlike what was supposed to happen, these two facing off here tonight, they are going to be facing off at Last Survivor. But ladies and gentlemen, in the spirit of welcoming in the new blood to CPW, welcome Nova Matthews from Origins, and welcome Io del Sol, international superstar in the acrobat industry, who was found by Dr. Wrestling Jr. at a resort while he was on vacation. First generation superstar. But ladies and gentlemen, let me tell you, he is talented and he is raring to go here on Uproar in Phoenix, Arizona, and I can't wait to see it. And ladies and gentlemen, if it sounds like E-I-E-I-O when I say Io del Sol, it's because I'm as white as they come. But wait a minute. Did I just see Kenny Mitch? I have an update in my headphones. Ladies and gentlemen, I am being told that Kenny Mitch is indeed accompanying Io del Sol to the ring. And the reason behind it apparently is because already with 0 matches under his belt, he thinks that Io del Sol is better than Jacob Nitro could ever be. Well, I don't know what management is going to think about Kenny Mitch being out here against advisement, against the ruling, but Nova Matthews about to make his entrance, the Nepali Supernova. Hold on a second. It's Jacob Nitro. Jacob Nitro is here. Ladies and gentlemen, both men supposedly banned from the arena are here. Jacob Nitro is accompanying the Nepali Supernova, the man, the individual that by 13 years of age began training in the art of professional wrestling. By 19, he began having his eyes on him by World Wrestling Entertainment. Those other guys, you might know them, you might not. But by 25, currently in present day, the Nepali Supernova has went from superstar to supernova in CPW. Big bang, baby! Well, ladies and gentlemen, the tensions are high. I have my doubts that either of the men on the outside of the ring will be able to keep their hands to themselves. And Kenny Mitch is happy with his antics here. You see him on the outside, but Nova Matthews on the inside, giving him the warm welcome. Hijo del Sol getting measured up for headbutts and now getting the arms worked on here. Now, if I am looking for a protege, if I am looking for someone to mold in my image, someone who's never had a match, is probably the guy in a huge spear from Nova Matthews. Talk about a big bang here. Crowd is on their feet. Wait a minute, belly-to-belly suplex on the barely padded concrete. I hear Del Sol has only had about 6 training sessions with Dan Darnister. I hear he's had a promo class or 2 with a few other individuals. I'm unsure if English is his first language, but he's putting in the work already, but I don't know if that work in such a short time span is going to be good enough to stop this assault by Nova Matthews. Nice block there, telegraphing the knee. And another belly-to-belly suplex. It's like powerbomb position. Nice sit-down powerbomb. Seymour in position as well, but only a 1 count. I don't know if that comes from a lack of strength, lack of experience, but Nova Matthews explosive in the kick out there. A kick to the arm, trying to take out the extremities, but wait a minute, sunny side up, the standing Spanish fly. Hijo del Sol pinfall, a 2 count on Nova Matthews. Nova fighting out of the corner here. Trying to, mount together some offense. Fisherman suplex and now dropping him over the top rope here. Right into the turnbuckle. What a way to welcome him to Uproar. And now it seems insult to injury. Nova might be trying to take that mask clean off. You saw all the torque that was in those kicks there. Forearm strike on the outside, potentially going to bring him in the hard way. No, a slingshot stunner, hot shot stunner rather. And Nova going up top. And it looks like Kenny Mitch let Hijo del Sol know what was going down, and he was able to avert that crisis there, and now just draping Nova over the barricade. Fans in the front row are happy, but I don't know how Nova's feeling about it right now as he's tossed back in the ring. And I've just got to, bring attention again to the guys on the outside. Nice elbow drop, greatly affected there, greatly pulled off. But wait a minute, what's going on here? I think he went. I think he went for that Aslan slam, that leg lariat there from the top, unable to hit it. But yet again, I digress. I have to draw attention to the guys on the outside of the ring. Kenny Mitch and Jacob Nitro are as foes as foe goes. And I highly doubt, wait a minute, Aslan slam, that this is going to be the end of it. 1, 2. Not the end of it for Nova. Nova rolls the shoulder over. I highly doubt that the feud between Nitro and Mitch is over yet. I feel like Last Survivor is going to be, hell for both men. And I hope the feud doesn't translate to these two in the ring. Beautiful moonsault. Io del Sol doing his best. Irish whip into the corner, and now Nova in no man's land here. Wait a minute. Avalanche sunny side up. Avalanche Spanish fly right in the middle of the ring, and Nova rolls the shoulder over one more time. A huge big boot here. And now looking for something big here, going for the Aslan slam yet again. And a huge knee lift there on the ropes. Nova Matthews sees the end. And the smells like Teen Spirit Bomb. That's gonna do it. Wait a minute. No, it's not. Del Sol is on fire. The raging spirit of the newly formed, newly forged luchador. They call him the Lucha Phenomenon, and apparently he's living up to it right now. And I think that's about something he learned from Kenny Mitch, just the pummeling strikes. No technique there, just rage. And you see on the outside, Kenny Mitch is loving every second of it. But Nova Matthews fighting his way. And now Nova maybe looking for that supernova bomb that smells like Teen Spirit Bomb. And there it is, ladies and gentlemen. The impact. The sheer impact of that. Calling the rope break, Seymour. Trying to officiate to the best of his ability, the Aslan Slam. Now it's all about positioning. Ladies and gentlemen, Nova Matthews is out like a light. 2, 3, Nova Matthews couldn't get the job done, but Io del Sol, first victory in his first match, and you saw it here first on CPW Uproar, baby. Unbelievable. Thank you, Nova Matthews, for everything that you tried to do in that ring. Thank you, Io del Sol, for showing us a little bit of something we've never seen before here in Uproar. And thank the two men, Kenny Mitch and Jacob Nitro, for keeping their hands to themselves during this contest. Wait a minute, never mind. This stare down here, these two men can't touch each other until Last Survivor. Oh God, from bad to worse, the American Nightmares. Wait a minute. That looks like a new piece of hardware. James Matthews, the man that shocked the world just 2 weeks ago when he betrayed the CPW universe and fell in league with the American Nightmares. Went from top of the mountain to scum of the earth. The American Nightmares, James Matthews, Colin Prince, Johnny D, and of course, our TV champion Seth Dallas, wreaking havoc on CPW Uproar.
First, we gotta address some things. One, why is Seth not with us right now? Simply because he's getting ready to prove once again why he's the greatest television champion CPW has ever seen. A fact that he has proven twice already in these last two Uproars, the same last two Uproars where we showed that we run the show. Now sure, y'all can bring up last Uproar, I lost to Johnny Gemini. But if anything, y'all should be scared of that. Because there's an old saying that defeat is one of the greatest teachers you'll ever have in life. And what losing to Gemini showed me is that I gotta change shit around. But that's for the near future. Let's talk about change that happened recently. See, when the American Nightmares were formed, it was 3 men. Colin Prince, Seth Dallas, and myself here to bring to light all the bullshit that's going on in CPW. But last Uproar, someone saw what we were talking about. And that someone decided that they've had enough. That someone is the current Heritage Champion, James Matthews.
You know, when I first joined this company, I kept a lot of what my father told me close to heart. He had talked to me about a strong work ethic. He had emphasized the importance of paying my dues in this business. And he also mentioned that if I truly wanted to succeed, I had to outwork every other competitor on the market. And I did that, or at least I thought I did. You see, for the longest time after signing my contract with Covenant Pro Wrestling to be on their Origins brand, I knew I would be paying my dues. But I just didn't realize that it would mean laying down night after night after night. As the losses kept piling up, I was ready to move on. But you know what? They knew how to keep me hooked. Management would hint at a championship match, and I admit, I would push those thoughts aside and go back out to job, and job, and job. Finally, one day, I received a screenshot of a text message. I had no idea who it was from, and I had no idea what it was about. What I do know, though, is that it mentioned my name and talked about how much more talent I had compared to the other Origins competitors. It mentioned my crowd appeal and suggested that I should be on Uproar instead of Origins, even better than the sitting Heritage Champion at the time. Later on, I received another text message screenshot that mentioned I wouldn't get another shot at the Heritage Championship after losing in the Fatal 4-Way. The message stated they had found their man in the champion at that time and intended to keep me down to enhance other talent instead of recognizing my own. It was then that I knew I had to take matters into my own hands and beat the living daylights out of the champion to claim the Heritage Championship as my own. Yet, it was still a mystery to me where these messages were coming from and why they were being revealed to me. Everything became clear after I won my debut on Uproar in the first blood match. Battered, bruised, and almost broken, but still holding the championship belt high, it became crystal clear after my match with the Prince of Wrestling when I slammed him through a table in the final Origins. Backstage after that match, I wasn't greeted by an upset opponent I had just defeated. Instead, I was met by this crew, American Nightmare. They revealed to me that they were the ones who sent me the screenshots. They then showed me the original senders of those messages, and I must say I was very, very disappointed. I was disappointed that the higher-ups thought they could hold someone like me back, that they believed they could push a lesser talent into the spotlight. No, that just wasn't going to cut it. After a conversation with Seth Dallas, Colin Prince, and Johnny D, I came to realize the harsh truth about the politics and bureaucracy within this company. Well, no more politics. The veil has been lifted. The curtain has been pulled back, And now everyone knows about the little man in the corner flipping switches and twisting knobs. There's no Oz here, no dream world. What there is, though, is a nightmare. Unfortunately for Covenant Pro Wrestling, that nightmare is now a reality, and it just got a whole lot worse.
As someone who's bled with James, I know he doesn't just bleed red. He bleeds red, white, and blue. But tonight isn't going to be about what's on the inside. It's about what's on the outside. It's about gold around waists. You may have noticed James here has a new heritage title. You see, the original heritage title is a dead championship from a failed wrestling school, but now it actually celebrates what it's supposed to. Heritage. The heritage of this great state. And now this state can finally have a champ it can be proud of. And you, CPW, after tonight, you will have tag champions you can be proud of, because after tonight, the American Nightmares will not only be your most must-see champions on television, not only the representatives of this great state, but the tag team champions of the whole damn world.
Look, I feel like we've all heard enough of you three here tonight, and I know we've got the championship match later, but I think me and Doc are fixing to give you a championship-ass whooping right now.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, the Kingsman sending a message and Colin Prince sending one of his own. But moving on in the action, we've got tag team contest up next. And ladies and gentlemen, unpredictably, we have William Black and Connor Gates reuniting after week of assaulting each other, going up against two Origins originals, Brandon Rogers and John Quell DeAntler. Now, I know you guys haven't seen Roger and DeAntler together before, but we have seen across the multiverse here Connor Gates and William Black as the Truthless Heroes. Is this going to be a reignition of that, or is this just more mind game? William Black, the Wolf of War, the Pagan King, the Jarl of Wrestling. Coming down to the ring for the first time in a long time, about to team with someone we never thought we'd see him team with ever again. William Black, always a top contender here in CPW. He's big, he's strong, he's fast, he's the total package here. And together with Connor Gates, he could be unstoppable. And ladies and gentlemen, the man that calls himself the Truthless Hero, looking better than ever. Shout out to the stylist for making it happen. New gear, new you, new look. New day, apparently. Connor Gates teaming up with William Black. Unprecedented here. But now, ladies and gentlemen, join me in welcoming Brandon Roger, straight from Origins, here to Uproar for the very first time. No frills, just a guy named Brandon looking to make his mark on this brand. And if you see Brandon looks a little different than the last time you saw him, it's because the spotlights are too bright here on CPW Uproar, and it just makes everybody stand out that much more. Brandon Roger, relatively unknown in the world of professional wrestling in terms of Uproar, in terms of CPW. But he's looking to set the world ablaze, as is this man, Jonquel D'Antler, a man that many years ago wrestled all around the world, fell into some emotional turmoil, took a step away, and is now choosing CPW as his platform to, escalate himself back in to title contention, back in to the world of being a premier superstar. And the best place in the world to do that is right here on the PHX Sports Network, right here on Uproar. And ladies and gentlemen, if you're watching us for the first time, if you're watching us for the second time, if you're watching us on your grandma's TV, on your grandma's YouTube, subscribe, hit that button, baby. You don't want to miss a thing, because CPW is here to stay. Let's go. "30 minutes on the clock in this matchup. And out of the gate, William Black take down in the open hand strikes on Brandon Roger. Roger getting kicked to oblivion here in a tag already. It's going to be interesting to see if these two forces can coexist. We don't know if they're opposing at this point. I really don't understand what's going on between William Black and Connor Gates. Only thing that I can imagine is being in the ring with one another may have reignited some of the yearning to form the Truthless Heroes, but we don't even have information on that yet. Jonquel, forearm strike to Connor Gates, sending him down. Looking to add a little bit more red to that attire. Looking to bust him open. You can tell by the grizzled look on his face. Not the first time he's done that. But a tag here, Brandon Roger allowing the Wolf of War, William Black, to make his way in the ring. Irish whip, drops down, and a deep arm drag there. And a tag to Jonquel. Now Jonquel and Brandon may have a slight disadvantage here because, they don't have a well of history together, of tag team history. Now, even though William Black and Connor Gates are at odds at times, they know how each other work. They know what works and what doesn't. Jonquel and Brandon, a ragtag team here, do not have that advantage yet. William Black dropping him onto that turnbuckle. Turnbuckle getting a lot of love here tonight. And the Mississippi Mudhole. The Man Beast from Biloxi stomping a hole in Jonquel D'Antler. Pinfall here. And Jonquel said, "No way, Jose." And a tag here. Brandon Roger. We talk about Brandon, how he's no frills. Doesn't even have logos on his tights. He doesn't think he needs it. He's trying to reimagine himself after some, you know, history on the wrong side of the law. Some history on the wrong side of the bottle, so to speak. Coming off a DUI a few years ago, trying to make up for and atone some of the things that happened during that time span. Used to be known as Brandon Cage, but now he is simply wrestling under his real name and trying to be a little more authentic, a little more positive with how he impacts the squared circle. But speaking of impacts here, Brandon Roger definitely feeling the impact of those punches, and also, you know, it's gotta really hurt to have your knee kicked in like that. I think William Black went for the King Killer. I also think that Brandon Roger watched the damn tape of Will Sheridan getting taken out. That did not go over well just a couple of weeks ago, and a Black Fang and a rope break. Brandon Roger running around like a chicken with his head cut off there, but John Quell knew exactly where he was and was able to firmly grasp that bottom rope. Tag here, and now Connor Gates inflicting damage, inflicting punishment. And driving the spine on the edge of the pine there. The second hardest part of the ring. You got to remember those ring posts exist, but that apron's no fun either. Few knee strikes there, and Brandon Roger coming in to turn the tides here. Oh God, what are we looking at here? A buckle bomb. And a good clean tag here again. Brandon Roger going right after Connor Gates, but Connor Gates, the quickness and the speed. Got that forearm. Rolling forearm popped off real quick. And Black throwing Jean Quell out to the outside. And that's what you got to do. You got to divide and conquer. You got to take out the outside man so we can't break up the pinfalls. Hot shot, you know, stunner there. Sending Black to the outside. Has the same idea. But Connor Gates, a huge knee, and now electric chair position. And a Frankensteiner, inverted Frankensteiner there. And ladies and gentlemen, Brandon Roger looking good here. His partner nowhere to be found at this moment in time. He's got to hold off, and he's doing so right now. A knee to the back, and Jean Quell is in position. But only a 1 count. That's another factor you have to take into account as well. You know the other guy's going to come in and try to break up the pinfall. So you got to be there to meet him at the pass. Tag team wrestling only works if you have each other's back, but wait a minute, the twisted view. And breaking up the pinfall. Brandon Roger doing his due diligence here. A tag in to William Black. And Jean Quell. Huge neck breaker there, taking down the Wolf of War. He's a long way from Tooley's Wrestling Network. He's on CPW. He's on the PHX Sports Network now, and Jean Quell is trying to make the most of it. A huge spinning enziguri just about. I don't even know what you would call that. I believe he calls that a sky shatter. Looks like another buckle bomb. Gamengiri to go with it. Knee to the gut and an axe kick to William Black. But before the referee can even count, before Seymour can do his job, it's broken up and Brandon Roger going for something big here. But no. William Black just too quick, too big, too strong. Those attributes I alluded to earlier. And now an axe kick of his own, chopping down. Brandon Roger taken out. Brandon Roger down to the canvas. And wait a minute, could we be looking, could we be witnessing gods among us? But ladies and gentlemen, it looks like Brandon Roger did indeed watch the tape, fights out of it. Not looking to repeat the history of Will Sheridan just 2 weeks ago. And Brandon now taking out the leg, slamming the knee into the canvas and now slamming his own knee into the midsection of William Black. Tag into Jonquel. And ladies and gentlemen, they could be on the cusp of creating something very special here. Jonquel the Antler and Brandon Roger in the tag team division. Jonquel going after Black here. And Black just hip tosses him away. Swats him away like a tiny little bug. Gets the tag to Connor Gates and he's dialing it up. Call of the Void. Pinfall here. 1, 2, but only 2. William Black did exactly what I told y'all that he needs to do. He cut off his opponent. He cut off the outside man. He interrupted that, pinfall breakup attempt to perfection. But it wasn't enough. Deontler still thinks he has too much to prove. Tornado DDT out of nowhere. And a low drop kick, sending Connor Gates down. And a tag. At this point, you have to wonder what either team has to do to find victory here in this matchup. Connor Gates' Irish whip drops down and a huge slam. And wait a minute. Brandon Rogers about to taste the ashes, choke on the ashes, but no. Desperation Spinebuster allows Brandon Roger to get himself free. But Connor Gates, too aware, too seasoned. And both of the big men coming in, going for the same thing perhaps. Wait a minute. The Black Fang. Didn't get enough of it the first time, went ahead and did it again. And now the combination. Think Black going for the King Killer there, but wait a minute, William Black showing some athleticism, moving around like Io Del Sol did earlier. And ladies and gentlemen, the spine on the pine, that second hardest part of the ring, power bomb, knee strike, and we've got blood here in this matchup. Gonna say William Black's now got blood in the eyes. We've got blood in our view as well. But a back suplex nearly taking out referee Leonard Seymour. That sidestep was smooth, Seymour. Lenny Boy getting out of dodge here. And now we've got more blood returning to favor. And a huge double shoulder block. And the bloody rain, ladies and gentlemen. Unbelievable resolve here. Another DDT. But a huge lariat there, huge clothesline. Using the legs there. Brandon Roger trying to do whatever he can. Kinshasa. 2. And Connor Gates sensing the desperation, sensing that he needed to come in and make sure his team didn't lose. But wait a minute, what's Brandon gonna do here? Kinshasa yet again. And it seems like the New Japan finish may be in the cards here. But wait a minute, tripping him up, William Black. 2, but only a 2. Brandon Roger fighting his way. But wait a minute. King Killer. That may do it if William Black can capitalize. 1, 2. But Brandon Rogers somehow, some way. The crowd is on their feet screaming tag team wrestling. And Brandon Rogers continues to use, apparently, the legs that he is very well versed with. Tag into the big man, John Quell. Tag into Connor Gates. And ladies and gentlemen, we are more than halfway through this contest as a huge neck breaker ricochets through the arena. And a tag back into Brandon Roger. But wait a minute. The Wolf's Clutch. Taking a page out of the playbook of William Black. And now what's going to happen here? Motioning for Brandon Roger to get up off the barely padded concrete. Went for a senton there, but unable to hit it. Brandon Rogers saw it coming. Connor Gates creating some distance there for a moment, and now hitting Roger with a neck breaker and going immediately after Jean Quell yet again. So quick and so agile. I hope you are all enjoying this episode of Uproar as I'm getting up close and personal with Brandon Roger now. And the Turkish announce table is being dismantled here. What does Connor Gates have planned for this new Uproar recruit here. And going yet again immediately after Jonquel. Jonquel this time fighting back just a little bit more. And malfunction at the junction. Connor Gates. Nobody home, no water in the pool. Over the top, went plop on the barely padded concrete. But wait a minute, the phone is ringing. Call to the void, baby. But Jonquel breaking it up yet again with a timed drop kick. Beautifully executed, beautifully timed. Tag team wrestling at its finest, and yet again, feeling just the brute force, no pun intended, of that apron, and now a neck breaker on the shoulder. You see, utilizing every curve of his body, every hard surface of his body on that one. Connor Gates not allowing just for a standard neck breaker, but Brandon Roger might be out. And he is. That neck breaker on the outside, and Truthless Heroes were yet to be informed if that is the case. A lot of questions, a lot of answers we are seeking, but the answer that we do know is Connor Gates and William Black together as a team. They have still got it. Congratulations, thank you to all the competitors in that matchup.
Dude, what's the vibe today, my cosmic companion, my wicked warlock wingman, my sour-faced soul sibling, my, what's that word for friend again? Well, anyway, look, Broseph, I was thinking it's about time we got some gold around our waists. We let that opportunity slip through our fingertips on Origins, but today is a new day. What do you say, Bromat?
Triple D. It's been forever since we started chasing titles here in CPW, and what do we have to show for it, huh? Nada, zilch, zero, nothing. I've been trying to push us to that level, but you, my friend, you're just too laid back, too oblivious. You've been too busy growing your magic greens and daydreaming about dolphins to focus on winning those titles. In fact, it's your fault we didn't bring those belts with us here to Uproar. If you cared so much about the belts, you'd come to the gym with me. We'd strategize our opponents more, and we'd function like a team. We could be the next big thing here, if only you'd put in the work first. But you don't, man, and I don't think we're ready for the belts just yet.
Whoa, big guy! Slow the roll! Pump the brakes, dude! I thought we were just having a good time, rolling with the tides, and spreading positive vibes, man! Ride the wave of life, and the good things will follow, like, eventually, man. That's how the universe works, my guy. Fine, we don't need a challenge for the belts just yet, but I've seriously got a whole bag of magic greens with your name all over it. Sheesh.
And ladies and gentlemen, the resurgence of Brad Winters, Mr. All Day, Every Day, the No Limit Soldier. Brad Winters is back, and he's going head-to-head, one-on-one with Bruno Natoli. This is going to be a matchup for the ages, and I cannot wait to see it. I cannot wait for you guys to see it, because I am excited. Brad Winters hasn't been seen since he unceremoniously had Sean Danger make his exit from CPW. And ladies and gentlemen, only one word can be said to describe what Bruno Natoli is. And ladies and gentlemen, that is Magnifico. walking in the footsteps of his grandfather, Santana Natoli. Bruno Natoli is a second-generation superstar. Bruno Natoli is a heritage of pro wrestling. Bruno Natoli is as good as they come. And he may have not had the best luck thus far in CPW, on Uproar, in championship contests. But Bruno Natoli wants a singles title. Bruno Natoli wants to be on center stage, wants to be in that spotlight. And that is a far cry for them from the success that he's had so far. Of course, a former tag team champion alongside Mac Daddy Furnace. Those tag team titles did have to be vacated due to turmoil within the team, but Bruno Natoli says that this is the start of a new path, and he doesn't care who he's got to go through to get there. But let's be very clear, Brad Winters, a man who has been with us since the beginning, finally making his return here to the squared circle. Mr. All Day, Every Day, the master of the M1A1, the MMA strategist. Brad Winters is here to make an impact, here to show that he's still got what it takes. And this matchup could go either way. It is so good to see Brad back on Uproar. Adorned in the orange and black, repping the Uproar brand. You love to see it. And ladies and gentlemen, you love to see contests like this. And it's happening right now. Loretta Seymour starting the action. 20 minutes on the clock. Monkey flip out the gate. Brad Winters coming out strong, but Bruno Natoli putting a stop to it. What we got here? Going for a superplex perhaps. Actually able to make it happen. Brad was resisting just a little bit. But we see Brad has slimmed down. Come back a little bit leaner. Pinfall here in the early goings. Only a one. Rolling the shoulder over. And a drop kick. Bruno Natoli trying to put this one away quick. He's not paid by the hour, he's paid by the match. And another suplex here, sending Brad Winters on his back, colliding with the canvas. Back and forth here, combinations. And just a huge throw. Talk about strength. Went there for a cutter perhaps. Variation of that Magnificutter. But now Brad doing what Brad does best. Working on the limbs, working on all the different extremities here. He knows how to wear an opponent down. He knows how to hyperextend your arms, your legs. And as we can see, he can wear you down. He can chop you down. The heel, almost a lariat-like maneuver. But Bruno Natoli trying to get back into this one. Bruno Natoli's got an ego. He says that he is the best thing to ever exist in professional wrestling. Death Valley driver into a power bomb kind of variant there. And, you know, Bruno can say he's the best thing to ever happen to wrestling because he has the skills to back it up. The headlock here by Brad Winters. Brad, I thought, was going to go for that M1A1. But the Sicilian scoop slam in full effect. Bruno Natoli hooking the leg. Loretta Seymour counting 1 and 2. But that is not over yet, ladies and gentlemen. Because the Magnificutter still needed to be, you know, pulled off here. But still not enough. Brad Winters somehow kicking out. Going up top, what's Bruno gonna do? You don't see it often. Measuring his man up. And a senton. Beautiful execution. Seemed to just float in midair there, but Brad Winters doing his damnedest to fight back. Insiguri and now back into the headlock. Showing the balance, showing the strength. And now going back to what he does best, just picking a body apart, picking apart and tearing it to pieces. Neck breaker, leg is hooked. 2, but Bruno kicks out. And now, wait a minute, rolling through. Elevated Boston Crab here. And Bruno Natoli turning it around. And a brain buster. Well, ladies and gentlemen, Bruno Natoli pulling out all the stops, but, you know, positioning is 90% of a match. And unfortunately, unfortunately for Bruno, Brad Winters was not where he expected him to be. And now Bruno is on the defense here. And you see clubbing blows. And just a huge throw there, the torque. The leverage, the leg hooked, only a 2. But now, wait a minute, clothesline there. Brad Winters knocked down, could this be it? Only a 2 count. The fighting spirit of Brad Winters, of Old Man Winters, is bar none one of the best you'll ever see. He pulls out all the stops. He gives you everything he has. And in a match of this caliber, he pulls out everything he can. 2. Brad going right into the pinfall there. Dropping the fist. So nice, he did it twice. And it looked like he was going to go for that M1A1. But decided against it. Wanted to keep the pressure on Bruno Natoli. And another beautiful suplex. And now just stomping a mud hole in the chest, in the sternum of Bruno Natoli. That's going to leave a mark. And we say wrestling is 90% positioning. It looked like Brad Winters was going to go for a submission there. But Bruno fighting his way out of it. And now looking to end it all. Magnificutter. Leg is hooked. 1, 2, 3. Ladies and gentlemen, a valiant effort. All the fans in attendance are on their feet. I'm losing my voice. I can't believe it. Bruno Natoli pulling out a big one here against an enormous opponent, against a pretty big deal here in CPW. As you'll see in the future, if you haven't seen Brad Winters before, congratulations. But now, ladies and gentlemen, I hear that we're going to hear a message from Labette de Bordeaux, Belle Florent, about this feud, about this battle going on against, from Killer Instinct against all of the women's division here in CPW. Hopefully we can get some clarity as to what's really going on here. We know that Belle is involved. We know that, of course, Hitano is involved as Killer Instinct. We know that Selena Adams is involved, and we know that the women's champion, Cammy B, Camilla Bell, has a target on her back. And speak of the demoness herself, Cammy B, known by some as the Raging Demoness of Rikers, Big Mad, the New Jersey Bruja, making her way to the ring, and it seems she's brought a friend, that baseball bat. All the reassurance that Cammy B needs. Now, I wouldn't want to be on the bad side of that young lady. You see that belt, you see what she did to earn it. She spent years fighting for the spotlight, and she finally got what she felt she deserved. Ain't nobody in the world gonna take it from her easy. And wait a minute, Hisano, no music needed. Coming in as reinforcements here. But speaking of reinforcement, a one-woman army, seen it all, done it all, Selena Adams. You see the eye patch of damage that has occurred as part of this war, tossing the women's champion to Killer Instinct, and Selena Adams has no friends in this fight. What is she doing here? Wait a minute. Wait a minute here. I guess I spoke too soon. Former Desert Rose champion May Patak coming to the aid of Selena Adams. And all of these women are just embroiled in this fight here. Selena, a combination. But wait a minute. Cammy B with that hefty championship to the head of May Patak, and May somehow standing up.
Run while you can, Cammy. Because at last Survivor you won't be able to run no more. You, me, Belle. Three-way dance for your title.
Three-way dance for the championship at Last Survivor. Kind of leaves May Patak on the outside there, but huge announcement. And speaking of huge announcement, speaking of Last Survivor, this is another match in the Last Survivor Gauntlet qualifier, and it's going to be an amazing contest. The unstoppable Liza Horror taking on the Neon Panther Callie Kaplan for all the stakes here. The Last Survivor Gauntlet means that you elevate yourself in the women's division. It means that you're on track for a title opportunity. It means that you're on the upper echelon of the women's division. And let me tell you right now, Callie Kaplan, that individual, that aloof personality, she may seem like she's all fun, all games, but let me tell you, don't mind the bubbles. Don't mind that half the time she doesn't know what the hell is going on in the personal life, because the moment she steps in that ring, it all changes. She's focused. She's a Neon Panther, and yes, she is an animal when it comes down to it, because she's one of the best we have in the women's division, no doubt about it. Callie Kaplan looking energized, and she's gonna need all that energy right now. Liza Horror is indeed unstoppable. She may have some setbacks here and there, but she never stops pushing. From the prestigious Horror family, Daniels, Distro, Liza, synonymous with success here in the industry, synonymous with a fighting, spirit, with a fighting lifestyle. They scratch and claw until they get what they want. And this could mean that Liza is one step closer to that if she can pull off a win against the Neon Panther, against the Time Bender, Callie Kaplan. Callie looking focused, Liza looking focused, Loretta looking focused, and it's time to get it on. Rolling through submission already, looking to put this one away. Callie Kaplan doing her damnedest to end this quick. You see those moonsault-like maneuvers, driving the knee into the midsection. Both of those knees crashing down like meteors on the body. Well, Callie, the powers of space-time may not be enough when you're in the ring with someone with the prowess, with someone that is a prodigy like Liza Horror. Saw the rolling forearm smash, off to a good start for Callie here. Suplex, holds the grip. You notice she rolls through with it. Another. Wait a minute, are these two gonna get a friend? The three amigos. But only a 1 count. And Callie is known for her submission prowess. You see how she is hyperextending that arm. Lets the hold go for just a moment, but continues. Now I feel she's gonna focus on that arm throughout the duration of this match. As that splash misses. And now Liza has an opportunity. A beautiful flipping elbow drop senton-like maneuver. Unorthodox but effective here. And speaking of unorthodox, that kick, a pop-up kick there. That'll break space-time in its own right. And Callie trying to go for the rolling splash, but Liza got the knees up, and you saw the picture-perfect drop kick. Almost seemed weightless up there. And now going after the arm yet again. Callie up top. And a famouser off the top. Did you see the impact there? We might need to get an EMT out here. Liza Horror must have some sort of concussion at this point. Just a full-on nosedive. But no concern shown by her opposition. Callie Kaplan going for something big here, but is deflected. The forearm. Wait a minute. Write it. It's a red letter. Trying to sign, seal, and deliver herself to victory here. And going over the top. Abandoning all safety. Just that flipping splash. Shoulders making clean contact with the body of Callie Kaplan. The double foot stomps, very similar to that prodigy foot stomp, the PFS that we normally see. And wait a minute, could we see it now? No, just an elbow drop, a very, very high elbow drop, an impressive elbow drop. Not just an elbow drop, but headlock takeover, holds on to the submission. This could do it, actually. But tossing her opponent away, Callie Kaplan trying to hold on. And Liza just keeps the momentum here. Misses with a kick. I think the exhaustion is coming into play and grabbing at the ears of Callie. I guess it seemed it was actually just the hair of Callie, but it looked like the ears at first. Going up top yet again. Perfect position for that PFS. And PFS prodigy foot stomp. Right on the money. Callie Kaplan battling back. Arm trapped belly to belly suplex. Throwing her right over, feeling herself now. Went for that axe handle, unable to hit it. And a brain buster there. Callie Kaplan is reeling. Using those ropes to escape the ring, now on the outside, but Liza not allowing any breathing room. Irish whip off the ropes. Huge combination there, and now Liza somehow. What's this gonna be here? Shot blocked by Callie Kaplan. Great counter, great ring awareness. but a red letter out of nowhere. Is that gonna do it? The leg is hooked, ladies and gentlemen. Liza Horror has earned an opportunity to be in the last Survivor Gauntlet. Look at all the great action in this contest. And that's the one that sealed the deal. Wonderful contest, great action, and only something you can see here on the PHX Sports Network or on our YouTube. If you haven't already, please be sure to hit that button that matches Liza Horror's hair. Hit that subscribe button, baby. Congratulations, Liza. And now it seems we're gonna hear some feedback of sorts from none other than Mac Daddy Furnace. And if you're feeling like you don't really wanna, I'm right there with you. Guy bought his way into this company, and I wish he would buy his way out. Well, the White Rose Mac Daddy Furnace, an acquired taste, so to speak, and to say the least. No respect for his competitors, no respect for the fans. Hell, no respect for himself. I mean, look at him. Really trying to get that Freddie Mercury mustache over, but come on, man. How much money does he lose every time he enters the ring? Like, just a question.
Hello again, CPW. I know it's been a while since Big Money Mac came out to the ring to have a nice little chat with all of you paws, but unfortunately, I'm not here for any of you. No, I'm here to address none other than Diego Ryan. You see, Diego is a tiny little guy with a very big mouth, and I've heard that he's been running around catering saying that he is going to knock some sense into me. Well, Deke, I don't talk sense because I only talk dollars and beautiful British pounds, and I think you should quit before your mouth writes a check that your ass can't cash.
Well, I think Diego Ryan has heard enough, just like the rest of us.
Whoa, Mac, you forgot something. I beat you. I won the tournament match, and you talk about Morgan, my partner. Nah, fam, no way, I'm not having it. So now let me break it down for your tiny, and I mean tiny little brain. I've beaten you, just in case you forgot, and I've been training and working, and I'm itching for a fight. So if you don't watch your mouth, I'll come down there and slap the taste out of it.
Oh, Diego, you talk this big game, but I don't think you're going to do shit. You see, you don't need to be a genius, which is good for these idiots in the crowd, to realize that you're on your last legs. You've been fighting week in, week out for months now. And every time you do, you get worn down more and more and more. You think you've got that dog in you, but really, if you actually tried to slap the taste out of my mouth, there's a 50-50 chance that your bloody arm snaps off like a twig. So don't try getting tough with me, because we both know you're a right cunt who's all talk and no action.
I'm not here to lecture you. I'm not here for Saturday night chit-chat. I'm out here to give you what you deserve. And that is me coming out and telling you face to face that I will beat your ass again in a heartbeat. Because I'm Diego Ryan, bitch. This is what I do. So carry on disrespecting Morgan Sharp, I dare you. Because you should know when in CPW, Diego Ryan is never really alone. He always has a certain gunslinger at his side.
Well, Matt, you've got my attention. You know, I'm kind of surprised. I didn't think you had it in you to take it to this level and get your own hands dirty like that. I almost respect it. So it seems, despite my statement to the contrary, we will be settling this issue. But our issue isn't the only one I mean to settle. Oh no! See, Diego and I were thinking that maybe we settle both our issues. Just wrap everything up and see business settled. So with that in mind, Mac, at Last Survivor, it's going to be myself and Diego Ryan, the Blazing Renegades, against Mac, Daddy Furnace, and Pinkish. Hope y'all are ready.
Well, ladies and gentlemen, not only are we going to see tag team contests at Last Survivor, but we're also going to hear a little bit from Michael Young. Michael Young is, of course, upset that Will Sheridan has been utilizing his 585 lariat. He's upset that Will Sheridan has been feuding with Jamie Clark for almost, years now. And I imagine he's going to say a little bit about why he attacked Will Sheridan just 2 weeks ago.
Will Sheridan, the live wire, the vindicator. Oh, William, you're tough, old son. I'll give you that. You sure are tough. But you ain't the Lord of the Lariats, and you ain't the last of the heroes. But I can see that you're a student of the game. There's a little Kabashi there, there's a little Marufuji, and frankly, there's a little Michael Young too. But I've never seen you in my dojo, so I know for a fact that I never taught you the 585, which might be why you couldn't keep William Black down with it. You ain't the first person to try to steal a move I reserved for my students. Hell, I'd tell you to ask the last guy about it, but he ain't around anymore. So instead, I'd like to invite you out here so we can handle this like two old junkyard dogs should.
Well, wait no further. Will Sheridan is coming out here right now, apparently.
Two old junkyard dogs, huh? Well, it's funny, Mikey. You're only 29 years of age. 29. Such a young boy. But you walked into this company looking like a damn senior citizen. I mean, it looked like you were one match away from an AARP card and a life alert, and yet, here you are. You got a little Sheridan money in you, thanks to your good friends in the Clark Dynasty, ruling over the kingdom that I built, and now you're a whole new man. You want to come down here and put yourself in my business with Jamie Clark? You want to talk about the reason I couldn't put down William Black? How about you coming out from the back, playing your music nice and loud, trying to throw me off my game, and putting your nose where it doesn't belong? How about that, Mikey?
I look haggard at 29? You're goddamn right. I've spent the last 13 years breaking necks and cashing checks all over the world. It'd be a bigger shock if I didn't look worn in. But you're wrong about one thing. I didn't come here for the money. No, brother. I came here to fight. And since you've decided to mock me by using my move, the fight I want is with you.
Your move? Okay, Michael. If it's the fight you want, then I guess it really is your move.
Wait a minute, a kick to the gut here. And the music of Jamie Clark. Will Sheridan is trapped in the clutches of Michael Young. And now Jamie Clark assaulting the OTK. Will Sheridan, 585. Well, rolling out of the ring like a scolded dog.
Ugly son of a bitch! I'll see you at last, Survivor!
And now, ladies and gentlemen, an unprecedented event. Not only are we going to see, that match at Last Survivor, but we're also going to see this match right now. The Kingsmen versus the Asylum versus the American Nightmares. Tag team titles on the line on free TV. It don't get any better than this. CPW Uproar. A whole new kind of professional wrestling, breaking the barriers, shattering the ceilings, and the status quo. We've seen the feud between the Kingsmen, between the American Nightmares, and between Kings Road. Two of those kingdoms, the Kingsmen and Kings Road, have ignited. They have, I guess, formed together and combined. But that is not the case for the American Nightmares. Johnny Gemini and Doc Wrestling Jr. have had just about enough of the American Nightmares, as evidenced earlier tonight. And are we about to witness Johnny Gemini and Doc putting an end to this once and for all right here on Uproar? And ladies and gentlemen, with all these wars that are waging, with all the battles that are brewing, I hope you are taking care of each other. I hope you are not following suit. Now it seems there's some sort of disturbance in the back. The American Nightmares apparently are forcing the champions to come out second. While an ego a mile long, the American Nightmares coming out last, apparently, because they feel like they're more important than the champions. They feel like they already are the champions, and this is just a technicality. And Butch and Harnage came on the scene in a blaze, immediately capturing those tag team titles, and they have held them in their clutches for quite a while. Is that going to change here tonight? Can anyone in the reign of the Asylum? But let's be clear, folks. I am not a religious man, but I pray to whatever gods that these individuals, that these scumbags, for lack of a better word, don't walk away with those beautiful belts, those CPW tag team championships. That truly would be an American nightmare, but not only that, that truly would be a travesty and a slap in the face of professional wrestling. The American Nightmares also burst on the scene quite impactfully here. The anti-uproar, anti-establishment American Nightmares causing havoc for everyone involved in CPW. And as we get underway, a pinfall already. And the Demon's Grip unleashed on Johnny Gemini immediately in the outset of this match. Unable to get the job done, we see the tattooed knee of Johnny Gemini putting in the work. Sunset flip bomb from Jack Harnage. And guys, I can already tell that this is going to be a hell of a match to call. We've got weapons and implements out already. Kendo sticks in hand. Jack Harnage on one side. Johnny D and Johnny Gemini. The battle of the Johnnies again on the other as Jack dismantles the Tasmanian announce table. The blended Tasmanian Turkish announce table. And as much as those guys in conversation have no idea what's going on, neither do I. Rainmaker! And this could do it. This could be the first elimination, but only a 2. Johnny battles back, forces his way out of that pinfall, but an elbow drop off the top. And only a 1. A surge of energy exuding off of Johnny Gemini, even though he's in a bad state now, even though he's prone, even though he's not on his feet or wasn't on his feet on his own accord. He is still fighting. And speaking of fighting on the outside, we see the brawl, we see the blood, we see the pinfall. Could this be an elimination? Doc Wrestling Jr. got the shoulder up. And potentially distracted inside the ring. True Gemini driver. I was gonna say Colin Prince. Not looking great right now, but pinfalls inside, pinfalls outside. Back and forth contest galore. The missions going on at the same time. And now a huge power bomb in the yeah fist. Hit with brutal aim, right on target, but only a 2. But the straight jacket DDT, Colin Prince got DDT to hell. And now we see Butch pinfall here. Not even a 1, couldn't get in position. Bodies are strewn about the arena here tonight. But an apple a day on the tag team champion. But Butch the Lunatic carries on. And another 2 count. Poison Rana on the outside. And somebody's bleeding. I believe it's Johnny Davenport. Almost said Johnny Gemini. I think these folks need to bring it back in the ring so we can get a better look at the action. Thank you, Johnny. I feel very witnessed right now, but now you're going right back to the outside and an apple a day on Johnny D. I think he's over his allotted amount of apples for the day. But still manages to kick out. And perhaps another, but Jack Harnage sees what's going on. Fights out of it. And the hell no kicks. Just shattering the chest of Doc Wrestling Jr. DWJ, having a pretty bad day at this point in time. Rising knee strike by Butch. Suplex there and a pinfall. Jack Harnage wrenching the arm, driving that leg into the face of Gemini, and now it seems under that mask, a crimson mask is being worn by DWJ. Colin Prince nearly neck breaking. Jack Harnage, I almost said Butch. These two are so similar in their demeanor and in their spirit that even though they look entirely different, it's hard to tell them apart. American Nightmares in the ring together as the united front. Wait a minute, Butch has been eliminated. And Colin Prince is proud. Neckbreaker, you see, almost went for those steel steps yet again. And the steel chair. That's the thing about Colin. He doesn't care how he's got to get it done. As long as it gets done. Johnny D, pinfall here. Johnny D has been eliminated by Johnny Gemini. And guys, the only remaining full team is the Kingsmen. Now I think it's just a situation of keeping the pace, dictating the pace. Wait a minute. Going for that patented package pile driver. Harnage saw it coming. Don't count Harnage out. But wait a minute. Maybe count Harnage out. Apple a day. Two. And only two. Gemini kicks out. It's one of those things about these matches I don't understand. We need dual referees. The yeah knife on the outside. We need dual referees to keep an eye on all the action. A singular set of eyes isn't going to cut it. Matchups could go entirely different ways as Jack Harnage tries his best to fight back, as does DWJ. Gemini on the other side, fighting. Wait a minute. A brain buster. Colin Prince may be eliminated here. And we know one thing for sure, the American Nightmares aren't going to sleep very well tonight. Because all that remains between the Kingsmen in championship gold is one Jack Harnage. DWJ with a kendo. We saw Harnage going for those steps there. But the kendo could do it after all the punishment. 1, 2, and no, it does not. Gemini going after the leg. driving the ankle, the shin, the heel, all of it down, all of that pressure collapsing on that leg. But the package pile driver hit this time effectively right on the money on the barely padded concrete. And now teamwork makes the dream work. Could this be the end, the beginning of the end of the unrivaled championship reign of the Asylum? Dropping Gemini down on the knee, nearly an apple a day there. A variant of it, but a reverse DDT, DWJ 2. And we have new champions. Ladies and gentlemen, new champions. The Kingsmen are now the kings of the tag team division. Jack Harnage did his best, but he could not withstand. He could not outlast. Unbelievable. The seemingly unending reign of the Asylum has finally met its bookend. And Johnny Gemini and Doc Wrestling Jr. are now the representatives of our tag team division. You love to see the heroes win. You love to see the good guys raise those titles. And that is not all for our championship contest here tonight, because we still have one more remaining that could shake the very foundation of Covenant Pro Wrestling. Ladies and gentlemen, Seth Dallas going head to head with Tony Samuels. Can Kings Road have the same success as Kingsmen? Can Tony Samuels gain championship gold in the form of the TV title here tonight? Can he end the storied reign of Seth Dallas, the quote-unquote best TV champion in the history of professional wrestling? Not just in the history of Covenant Pro Wrestling, but in the world of wrestling as a whole. Well, we're about to find out, ladies and gentlemen. I am so excited, and yes, one day I will finally stop saying ladies and gentlemen so damn much, but I enjoy all of you. I love all of you, and I love action like this, so sorry for all of my antics here on commentary as Tony Samuels makes his way to the ring in the patented green and black. The showstopper, stopping for no man, stopping at no end to end the American Nightmare that we have been witnessing. You know, the stark thing that stands out to me right now is Tony has chosen to go about this matchup without his trusted ally, Dan Darnester. And I don't know if that's a good move. I don't know if Seth Dallas is gonna have the respect to keep his band of merry men, as you should say, out of this one. Seth Dallas, 1/4 of the American Nightmares, holding on to that title for dear life because he knows what's at stake here. He knows what kind of competitor that Tony Samuels can be. If Seth Dallas comes into this match thinking it's going to be a cakewalk, he might witness walking on ice. A patented finishing maneuver of Tony Samuels that could very well in that reign that could very well take that championship away from the tyrannical American Nightmares here on the Uproar brand. And that is what it's all about. That is why people flock here from all over the world to compete for that championship, to watch those contests. Fans and competitors alike. Raising up that championship yet again, Seth Dallas. Finally ready to pass that belt over to referee Leonard Seymour. And we're about to be underway. 20 minutes on the clock. Seymour says, let's go. Seth out of the gate. German suplex. And guys, this match is far more than just for a championship. This match is to atone, hopefully, for the nightmare we've been experienced with Seth Dallas and Colin Prince and Johnny D, and now James Matthews wreaking havoc over our brand. This is an opportunity for Tony Samuels to free us from those chains. But going over the top, the corkscrew splash, beautifully executed. Double leg takedown, and now just clubbing blows. We do have up until a count of 20 here in CPW. And ladies and gentlemen, if the 20 count is reached, it means Seth Dallas walks away scot-free. Walks away with that belt, walks away without even having to compete. But I guess he has some sort of respectable bone in his body at this point. Getting back in the ring, wanting to contest this the right way. Tony Samuels going for a pin here. Only a 1 count. Went for a spinning back fist there. Tony Samuels going for something as well. The Quinn shot. Looked like Seth was heading into the corner, potentially going to set up for that bullet kick, but wait. The Tony Samuels slam. Tony Samuels, let's do it, baby. Dropkick sends the champion the outside. Barely padded concrete is a very precarious situation for both men. But Tony Samuels bringing it back in the ring. But the transition was enough to allow Seth Dallas to regain some of his footing here. A huge forearm smash. You see the shiver. And wait a minute. He could be about to walk on ice. Walking on ice by Tony Samuels. But only a 2 count. The crowd chanting, "We're not worthy." Figure 4 leg lock like maneuver there. Good strategy. You take out that springboard that way. Take out that go ahead and for forearm. And Samuels is fired up. Headstand into that submission hold. And Tony up top. Just a simple senton will do the trick. But only a 2. Tony telling the fans he's about to do something big here. He said what goes around comes around. And wait a minute. Nap time on the outside. The finishing submission hold of Tony Samuels. And now Dallas taking his time. Using that knee to drive the head and face of Tony Samuels into the mat. Pinfall 2. But Tony Samuels not ready for this one to be over. Fisherman Brainbuster. And we could be nearing the end of this contest. But wait a minute. Tony Samuels tripping up. Seth Dallas, he saw it coming. And the Tony Samuels slam. Tony Samuels, baby. And we could be about to see a new champion walking on ice. Pinfall 2, 3, ladies and gentlemen. Tony Samuels has done it. Tony Samuels has ended the storied reign of the Chopper, Seth Dallas. Unbelievable. We saw how deeply he hooked that leg, and it paid off in spades for Tony Samuels. And I feel like he and Darn are celebrating tonight. A whole damn jar of pickle juice on Darn tonight, baby. What a beautiful sight to see, and a show of respect, but rejected. And Colin Prince, the Yeah Fist, Seth Dallas in the show of disrespect. This is ridiculous. Somebody get out here quick.
You think this is over? Tony, just because you won this battle, the war isn't over. Last I checked, we're the ones standing.
Broken in half.
Where have all your friends gone, huh? Where have all the good men gone, huh?
Wait a minute here. Dan Darnister making his way out to the arena, to the main stage, to the ring. And the new tag team champions, the Kingsmen, following suit. Where have all the good men gone? Well, you might just have your answer. And Johnny D jumping the barricade along with James Matthews. Ladies and gentlemen, this does not look good for either of these teams. Turmoil has unleashed here. On the outside of the ring, inside the ring, Dog Wrestling Jr. back suplex, and James Matthews, that disgusting son of a bitch who betrayed us all 2 weeks ago, is showing his true colors here. Dan Darnister colliding with that barricade, and now the American Nightmares just tearing apart. Dan Darnister tearing apart Tony Samuels, tearing apart Dog Wrestling Jr., but Tony! Tony nearly chopped down for good by the chopper Seth Dallas, and now this back and forth. Unbelievable. Somebody needs to get some security out here. Kendo stick helping some, but not enough. Johnny D is still on his feet. Johnny Gemini taking Matthews off of his. But wait a minute, apple a day.
This isn't over. You don't get to wake up from the nightmare just yet. No, I talked to management. This ends at Last Survivor. This ends with 8 men, 4 titles, 2 rings, and 1 cage. This ends in War Games. All or nothing.
War Games!
Submit and surrender, you motherfucker.
Ladies and gentlemen, thank you for joining us. The bombshell just, unleashed on us here on CPW Uproar. Special thanks to all of my helpers here in CPW. If you want to watch more Uproar, if you want to see our latest pay-per-view, subscribe and get to it.